People used to whisper that Subway's bread wasn't even bread. And for a short moment, that rumor grew so loud that many people stopped and asked a simple question: what are we really eating? Before Subway became the giant it is, its bread was the pride of the brand. But the truth behind that famous bread didn't start in a kitchen. It started in a place most customers would never expect. Let's go back to where the story begins. In 1965, a young man named Fred DeLuca wanted to pay for school. He wasn't thinking of global fame or changing fast food restaurant. He just needed money for tuition, and a family friend suggested he open a sandwich shop. Fred took the idea and ran with it. And from the very start, the bread was the heart of the plan. He believed people would trust a sandwich shop that smelled like a bakery. That one idea built a huge crowd of loyal customers. The ovens in each store gave Subway a special identity. People didn't see it as fast food. They saw it as a better choice, like something between a deli and a bakery. But behind that warm smell was a system that had nothing to do with a small bakery at all. This is where things slowly take a different turn. Most people thought Subway baked its bread on site from scratch. They imagined flour, water, salt, simple ingredients. But that wasn't the truth. The dough wasn't made in the stores. It came from large factories. Massive food plants mixed the ingredients, froze the dough, and shipped it out. Each restaurant only thawed it, shaped it, and baked it. There is nothing wrong with frozen dough on its own. Many bakeries use it. The surprise came from what was inside the dough. Hidden inside the ingredient list was something that people never expected to see in bread: a chemical used in a place that has nothing to do with food. And once this ingredient became public, everything changed. And by the way, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Thanks. For years, Subway's bread included an additive called ozodicarbonamide. Most people couldn't say the name. Most people had never heard of it. This additive helps dough keep its shape. It also strengthens the bread so it looks fuller and softer. That sounds harmless until you learn where else this chemical is used. It is also found in some types of foam products. That connection spread across social media like fire. People who once called Subway healthy started questioning everything. Even though it was approved for use in food in some countries, the link to non-food items made people uneasy. And once the public starts to doubt a restaurant's honesty, trust becomes hard to win back. This single discovery opened a bigger question many people never thought to ask. Subway didn't add this ingredient to be sneaky. They added it because their bread needed to stay soft, stay big, and stay uniform in thousands of stores. Fresh dough behaves differently in every location. Humidity, heat, altitude, and water quality change everything. A chemical like ozodicarbonamide helps avoid these problems. It keeps the same texture across all stores. Consistency is a powerful goal for fast food chains. But that push for consistency came with a cost. The public thought Subway stood for something cleaner than fast food. People saw the chain as better than others. Many customers felt let down when they learned the truth. And this disappointment didn't stop at ingredients. It led to another question that hit even harder. A few years later, another controversy hit Subway in a different country. A court case ruled that Subway's bread contained too much sugar to be legally considered bread. It wasn't labeled as candy. It wasn't sweet like cake, but the sugar content crossed the legal limit for what could be classified as bread under that country's laws. The ruling didn't ban the bread. It didn't force Subway to change anything, but it planted a strong idea in the minds of customers. People wondered why a healthy sandwich chain needed so much sugar in its rolls. Again, trust took a hit. This raised a bigger point about fast food. When a company sells the image of health, people expect the ingredients to line up with that image. After years of pressure, Subway made changes. They removed ozodicarbonamide. They worked on new recipes, they added new bread styles, they pushed ads about quality. Some customers welcomed the changes. Others felt the damage had been done. The brand was no longer the symbol of fresh it once claimed to be. And with new competition rising, Subway struggled to keep its place in people's minds. This shift opened a lesson many fast food companies try to avoid. Subway's bread story isn't just about one ingredient. It's about how a brand can build trust with a single word. In Subway's case, that word was fresh. When the public feels misled, even loyal customers start to pull back. The bread wasn't fake, it wasn't dangerous, it wasn't made in a factory filled with foam. But the gap between the company's image and its reality grew too wide, and people felt disappointed. That disappointment forced Subway to look at itself, to ask tough questions, and to rebuild the message it had carried for decades. And this leads to the final point, which many customers still debate today. Was the issue the ingredient, or was it the image Subway sold people for so long? Food can shape a brand, but the story behind that food shapes people's trust. And once that trust cracks, it becomes hard to repair.